Emily. I sat motionless in the passenger seat, feeling trapped in my tight seat while Mom sang along with her taps and pointed at everything she spotted on the roadside. She even read the signs out loud, as if I couldn't comprehend them on my own. Count for 50 kilometers. There it is, baby. That's the town we're headed to. How many miles is 50 kilometers, Mary? I don't know. I scolded, folding my arms. Oh, Mary, please don't be moody. Not today. I told Harry about how polite and intelligent and cheerful you are, she said. Harry was my mother's new boyfriend. Her significant other, she called him. She met him at a business meeting when her company bought the company Harry worked for, and since then she's been driving over the border to Canada every weekend to see him, leaving me at Stead. Don't get me wrong, I love staying at Stead, but I missed my mom weekends. We used to make popcorn and watch late night TV and sleep in and eat cold breakfast cereal. Now, when she picks me up at Sunday afternoons, she always looks glowing and energetic and much happier than she ever looked after a weekend spent with me. Last Monday, she said something about her and Harry getting married, but this trip might be the time when she pops the question. The only obstacle before him and he was meeting me. I promised I'd be sugar and peace and every night. I promised. I scarcely stared out at the Canadian countryside. It's pretty much resembles the American countryside, only it's more Canadian. Somehow bigger and emptier. I just imagine Harry bigger than Dad, with an enormous head with lots of empty space inside. The landscape started to get more hilly, with houses and buildings visible. Mom excited off the highway and drove into a town that looks like any boring American town. No guys in flannel, boring locking shirts, or those big ridiculous hats with ear flaps. Mom seemed to get freakishly and excited, singing even more loudly as we drove through the neighborhood. She pulled into a driveway of a gray two-story house with a big front porch. Please be competitive, Mom said, drawing me toward her to plant a big kiss on my forehead before getting out of the car. Onto the porch of the house stepped a man who was kind of slight, with wire rimmed glasses and thinning hair. She sprinted up the steps and flung her arms around him, kissing him hello, and he said something I didn't hear. Not yet, my mother replied. I got I got out of the car and stood by it for a second. "Come on, Mary," Mom said, motioning me toward. I went into the porch and shook Harry's hand, not wanting to admit to myself that he sort of had a nice smile. Nice to finally meet you, Mary," he said. "Are you ready for your surprise?" I waited for a moment, not resisting until I could figure out what was going on. "Emily," he called into the house. "No one told me about meeting anyone else." I looked to my mom, who smiled nervously. I thought being Emily was a new puppy Harry had bought to make me like him. But then a girl stepped from behind the door. She was about my height, with brown hair and the same neat little nose as Harry. There was a tense moment when we all stood still. Harry and Mom and Harry waited while Emily stood with both arms behind her back, holding an elbow with the opposite hand. From the look on Emily's face, I knew that Harry had given her exactly the same speech: would be nice and get along so the two of them could continue being happy together. I wasn't sure about any ideas of Mom and Harry getting married, but Emily and I were in the same boat. There was no reason for us not being friends. I smiled back at her, and when she looked up, she smiled back. "Want to come up and see my room?" she said, releasing her hands from behind her back. "Sure," I said, and I could hear Harry and Mom sigh with relief. Emily smiled again, too, taking my hand and leading me inside the house.